the regulations of oxygen rates. The second enclosed here's a health bar. Both morning of it per hour. Chelsea here is over $100 million project. The main private investment on the transit train here because Mr. Betts, his 16-year-old daughter, did not like the ice skaters in New York City. So he built her the tall building on the hill is the Garden Stevens Institute of Technology. Science and Engineering College is absolutely on John Stevens. Is hanging in a lot of the restaurants and the bars in the city, but the one place he never wanted his photograph to be hanging was the post office. Historical places, and they've begun to restore it. Coming up on the left, Pier 40, former Holland in Houston Street has nothing whatsoever to do with Houston, Texas, or Sam Houston. In Soho, you'll find a large number of the old cast iron buildings, beautiful architecture. A lot of the buildings were warehouses, factories, department stores. Here's a beige brick building. These buildings are air vents for the Holland Tunnel. These buildings recirculate the air in the tunnel every 90 seconds. Holland Tunnel opened in 1927. Clifford Holland was the engineer and architect of the tunnel. It's 1.5 miles long, 100 feet below the surface of the water. The tunnel connects Jersey City on the right with where they live in one large living area without any permanent walls, and loft living is very popular with artists. The building. We are approaching the ground zero part of the trip. A bit in front of us on the left down in the water is a barge covered in a white tent. That's a commuter from the waterfront. It's a not very tall building, has 4 American flags flying from it. It's Mercantile. Behind that, with the flat copper top, Merrill Lynch North, the Copper Pyramid, American Express. The day after these buildings did collapse that day, with the Copper Dome, Merrill Lynch South, and the other on the west side of ground zero. The World Trade Center is very founded, and all the hanging buildings on the left is very nice. Cities on the right across the Coleman South, Finance, 59 stories tall. The block you see is the Colgate block, 50 feet of diameter. The waterway right off the right is the Morris Canal. When it first opened in 1836, it was very residential. All from the Union Valley and the railway and the trails are a very popular shore. Then we'll turn around and come back, and those of you on the left will have a view. Because if everyone switches to the right side of the boat, we'll only see the bottom of Upper some years there was a controversy over the Walnut Island, New York, and New Jersey. That's been settled by the Supreme Court. Over the years, the plans for 22 more acres ran through the island, making it a total of 27 acres. The Supreme Court has ruled New York gets the original 5 acres, New Jersey gets the 22 that were filled in. What that translates to, New York gets everything that's been restored.
It's probably ground zero.
Statue of Liberty's on the interior was designed by Mr. Russo 5 years ago. The exterior of the statue is made of copper sheeting, a thickness of 2 inches. Over the years, it's rated 3 inches. It's made of copper, has 15 ounces of 24-karat gold overlay. Lit by the sunlight during the daytime by floodlights at night. The new torch was built right here on 6. Draping of her robes is Grecian, symbolizing the birth of democracy. Her feet are breaking through the chains of oppression. The statue has been closed to the public since 9/11. In August, they did open up the pedestal. That's the stone part. There's an elevator that takes you up to the viewing platform. And between the pedestal and the statue, they've installed a clear glass plate so you can look up inside Congress. You also had to climb up 354 steps. The pedestal was built with private funding by American citizens, and the architect was an American, Richard Morris Hunt. Inside the pedestal is a poem, a Colossus, written by poet Emma Lazarus. A portion of the poem you might be familiar with goes something like this. Give me your time, your poor, your huddled masses, 5-mile radius. That includes docks in Newark, Elizabeth, Bayonne, in New Jersey, Staten Island, Brooklyn, and New York. Some 1,500 square. Over 2.5 million people live in Brooklyn, 78.5 square miles. Coney Island's in Brooklyn. There you get a pretty good hot dog, a fast ride, and a cyclone roller coaster. The New York Aquarium is at Coney Island. If we were to go to Coney Island by boat, we'd sail off to our right, go underneath the Verrazano Bridge, then take a left. Staten Island Ferry is the best bargain in all of New York City. It's now free. You're getting a pretty good view of the downtown skyline. We're just missing a couple of things, the Twin Towers. Each one of the towers is 110 stories tall. Atop the North Tower was a restaurant, windows on the roof. Atop the South Tower, an observation deck. The object of the mile was on its street 7 times. He was arrested for that. His punishment was entertain the public with a high-wire act in Central Park. Took his people up to Belvedere Castle, just a few stories up and over a body of water. George Wells climbed up the side of the South Tower. He became under severe trial. It took 3.5 hours. He too was arrested. His fine was to pay 1 cent. Garrison Post, Fort J is here. From 1966 until 1997, the Coast Guard lived here. They've all moved off the island. Those still with the Coast Guard in the New York area, now at Fort Stapleton on Staten Island. When you're on Governor's Island, it's difficult to realize you're in the middle of New York City until you look up and see the downtown skyline. Feels like a small Ivy League college campus. There's a 9-hole golf course on the island. The part of the island we're approaching right now has been designated a landmark, therefore the buildings cannot be changed. The round fortress on the island is Castle Williams, opened in 1804 in Manhattan today, are pleasure boats and the ocean liners. On the left is the terminal for the Staten Island ferry boat, and the white... First bridge in front of us is the Brooklyn Bridge, opened May 24, 1883. John Roebling was the engineer and architect of the bridge. Most of the work was carried out by son and daughter-in-law, Washington and Penelon. The Brooklyn Bridge was not built for automobiles. It was built for horse and buggy. For many years, a trolley car went across. Front of us off the right, Brooklyn Heights, beautiful residential section of Brooklyn. You see apartment buildings there. You also see smaller 4- and 5-story buildings. Those are townhouses. They were all built as private homes. Over the years, some have been converted to apartments, but some have been retained as private residences. Here coming up on the left with a helicopter on it, it's downtown Manhattan. On the other side of the roadway is a not very tall, light-colored building, has an orange tile roof. Originally it was a police station. It's now the New York City Police Museum. They have dedicated one of the rooms over here to the 23 New York City police officers that did not survive 9/11. The Brooklyn Bridge was the first bridge in the world lit up with electric lights, and the stone holding it up came from upstate, up near West Point, the U.S. Military Academy. And off to the left, again, the white ornate building, green on top, is the Woolworths building from 1913. The first barge you see, they have chamber concerts called barge music. The 2-story building with the tower was a fireboat station. The tower was used for drawing fire hoses. The barge right beside the bridge with the green and white striped awning is the River Cafe, one of the most popular restaurants in all of New York City. It has excellent views of the Statue of Liberty and downtown skyline, and they finally got excellent food. Chinatown being one of them. Right beside Chinatown is Little Italy. Now, if you like pasta or very rich desserts, go to Little Italy. But if you like Chinese, obviously go to Chinatown. In this part of Brooklyn, on the right, you'll find some factories where they make some of the clothing for the garment industry. Some of the old warehouse buildings have been converted to apartments. Again, that would be loft living. The light-colored building on the right with the 2 clocks and the green roof has been converted to loft apartments. By now, you certainly know New Yorkers like to name their neighborhoods. We started out in Hell's Kitchen. There's been Soho,
They had a bridge.
rumbling noise of the Manhattan Bridge is a subway train going across.